name's Meelo. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Meelo. So what is unconscious patterning? Unconscious patterning, what is that? It is a way to generate unconscious autopilot behavior and response in humans. And that's what we do. All the great brands out there in the world are unconscious brands, meaning that they are brands that we associate automatically to an activity that we do or a function that we need. So how does Meelo do that? Through big data. We actually do this by patterning the change in habits. We're very flexible with our clients' needs. We can take their data, internal data, if they have any structured or unstructured data or any external data, we'll take whatever they have. Whatever they don't have, we'll source it and we'll blend it in. Through that, we identify patterns. If you know the habit loop, it's made of three things: triggers, actions, and rewards. So what Meelo will identify are the triggers that will help you activate your consumers, the actions that you need to take to engage them for them to take the action that you like them to do, and then how do you continuously motivate the rewards and reinforce it so to spin this into a loop. Once that goes to a loop, it gains a momentum on its own, and you'll start seeing exponential growth. Why does it gain momentum? Because you can then insert your product into their habit. It makes things easier, right? What's a habit? What's an action? What's a trigger? A trigger could be anything. It could be a time. It could be a place. So let's say my nighttime habit loop is bedtime. Bedtime is a trigger in that point. And my actions and my routines are I'm going to brush my teeth, wash my face, get into my pajamas. And my reward is then I feel clean and relaxed, I can go to bed. So if you can then think of ways to insert your brand and services in that cycle, it makes it very easy for the consumers to use you and harder for them to change you out. So I've been doing this for a long time, 20 years since my first startup that I did in '95. It was the first email service provider in the world. And being a scientist and engineer, I had the interests of human habits, so I was tracking the pattern of change there. We actually sold that company to DoubleClick for over 80 mil. And I had the opportunity, even thereafter, to continue to play with that numbers and was able to push the ad response up to 12%. Unheard of, right? Even then it was still 0.1% response rate. And consumer participation rate up to 14%. And all this is really based on one thing: small changes and big impacts. You can't make your consumers make big changes just so that they love you so much they want to put you in there. And you can't make your team make the big changes so that they can achieve the goals. So if you think about it, what is the easiest way to include you? What's the easiest way to include the changes in your implementation team's behavior as well, so that they can adopt it? Once they can adopt it, you get consistency of implementation and sustainability. So here we have two loops that plays one off of one another, and that makes it even stronger. And for the implementation team, what we have devised within Meelo as well is the philosophy of low-hanging fruit. If they can see results very quickly, they will continue and get enthusiastic, and that's the reward and the motivation. Another difference that we are from all the other scientists out there, our clients come to us and say, we love the big data team that we have. They're so smart, but they're so busy. And the insights they give us are so intelligent and forward-thinking, but I have to tell you, half the time I don't know what they're talking about. We're scientists, we're mathematicians, but we're still business at heart. Meelo is designed so that you can very quickly customize it to every team's needs, so that it's easy to understand for them. It isn't Greek, it isn't calculus. You don't look at differential equations and have a headache. As people and our clients are seeing that they are getting more and more results, we start integrating automation. And this is the fun part for all of us. That's where we want to get to, right? Our partners like IBM Watson and the Beyond Limits and the NASA Jet Propulsion Lab scientists are our AI and cognitive intelligence partners. Here we team up with them. Once we have the patterns, we can actually really even dispatch AI agents. We can do a lot of different things for future automation. I think that's really where big data wants to go and needs to go so that we can save some time. These are some of the project highlights. When our clients are seeing results, they ask for more, and these are some of the fun stuff we're working on, so I'll talk about it. Customized sentiment. So if you think about it, in an article that maybe mentioned 5 different brands, not all of them would be negative if the article's negative. Maybe 1 or 2 are positive or neutral. Right now, most of the technology will show you it's negative. Well, it's not. We're working on a correction factor. As well, if you're in an industry such as depression itself, the topic is negative. So a lot of the articles that go through would tend to come out with a negative sentiment. That kind of normalization and correction is actually needed in the industry, and we're trying to fine-tune that more and more. This is a really fun one, cultural correction. We found that in complex stories of more than a product review, there are cultural perceptions on a story on a human level that's different, right? I may think the story is positive, but you may not. It could even be on a gender level. So we're working with the NASA JPL scientists on doing this one, where the perception of, because due to their social or history, a lot of times it's due to historical perception that they perceive it differently. Persona clusters. This is really identifying patterns that we can cluster together to create fluid personas. It's not the personas that you have already predefined, like our customers are 25 to 48, female, HHI of 120K. These are really based on consistent behavioral traits that we can cluster together so it's fluid. And what does that lead to? Leads to personas you've never thought of, uses you've never even imagined, and it gives you a fluid model for automation for the future. This is a fun one, and it's part of our perception project. These are some of the clients that we've done, and you can see that they've had, all of them has seen crazy results, like 19% increase in, ad revenue in 4 months, et cetera. And these are some of the clients that we've worked with, and we call them experiences we've experienced with in the past. And every one of them come at different levels, and everyone has different expectations. Some wants a huge automation system. Some wants to just know, tell me what the pattern is so that we can go in baby steps. Whatever their needs are, whatever they can provide and do is what we're flexible in. And we do a lot of customization and integration and help them discover in a way that they can handle. And that's it. That's Meelo. Any questions? All right. Thank you.